So good evening everyone. Today we will talk about the region 9, which is the Zamboanga Peninsula's indigenous people. So here's the table contents for our presentation for tonight. Introduction, indigenous people in the Zamboanga Peninsula, the Yakan tribe, Badjao, and Subanon. That consists the history, belief, and its tradition. So, Zamboanga Peninsula, designated as Region 9, the region consists of three provinces, namely the Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, and Zamboanga Sibugay. Its component cities of Dipolog, Dapitan, Pagadian, and Isabela, the highly urbanized city of Zamboanga. The region was previously known as Western Mindanao before the enactment of Executive Order Number 36 on September 19, 2001. Pagadian City is the regional center. Zamboanga Peninsula is part of the Mindanao, and the native inhabitants of this place are the Subanon, the biggest indigenous people or group in the Philippines that and divided into different areas. In Zamboanga Peninsula, about one-third of the region's population is composed of ethnic people. These groups are usually erroneously classified under the general heading of Muslims, are actually distinct from each other in culture. They are generally divided into the Tausugs, Yakan, Bajaus, Samals, and the Subanans of Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, and Zamboanga Sibugay. So as you will see here in our PPT that we just put the Yakans, Bajau, and the Subanans. Since Subanans is if you search it in Google, it was the main indigenous people, I guess. The groups that traditionally remained enemies called themselves Subanen. In the area closer to Zamboanga City. Outsiders often call them Subanon or Subano, which is a Spanish version of the native name. Other groups are linguistically members of the Subanon language subgroup but adopted Islam, call themselves Kalibugan. In the central area, and Kalibugan is the Kalibugan in the western areas. They have different spellings, which is it from the central area it is Kalibugan, and from the western areas it is Kulibugan. Kalibugan means mix or half-breed, especially of roosters. In Tausug and Cebuano, although claims are often made that the Kulibugan or Kalibugan are ethnically mixed with Samal, Bajau, Tausug, or Maguindanaon. There is no evidence supporting those claims, and linguistically, the language of the Islamic members of the Subanon subgroup are virtually identical with the language of the neighboring non-Islamic group, except that the Islamic groups have a larger amount of Arabic vocabulary that refers to aspects of life and deal with religious concepts.
So in this part, it's all about indigenous people in Zamboanga Peninsula. So we have Yakan tribe. Yakan tribe, the majority Muslims group in Basilan, south of Mindanao. The Yakan have generally two spheres of beliefs, integrating Islamic principles and traditional beliefs into what is preferred to us, folk Islam. They speak a language known as Bisaya Yakan, which has characteristic of both Sama Bajau, Sinama, and Tausug. The Yakan have a traditional horse culture. They are renowned for their waving traditions culturally. They are Sama people who eventually lead a life on land, mostly in Basilan and Zamboanga City. They are included as part of the Sama ethnic group, which includes the Bajau, Delaot, Kalibugan, and other Sama groups. And also we have Sama de Laot Bajau tribe. Bajau, known as sea gypsies of the Sulu and Celebisis. Bajau are scattered along the coastal areas of Tawi-Tawi, Sulu, Basilan, and some coastal municipalities of Zamboanga del Sur in the ARMM. There are known Sama as Sama Laos o Sea Sama and are found living on houseboats where they make their livelihood solely on the sea as expert fishermen, deep sea divers, and navigators. So that's are the indigenous people in Zamboanga Peninsula. So the next part will be discussed to my co-members.
The next topic I am going to discuss is part of indigenous people in Zamboanga Peninsula. It's all about the Subanon or Subanen tribe. The Subanons, also sometimes called Subanen, in the island of Mindanao, particularly in the Zamboanga Peninsula, there exists a group of Lomad or non-Muslim indigenous cultural community called the Visayan word meaning river, as most of their settlements can be found near in rivers. Their clothes usually have black, red, and white colors. Women often wear red earrings and necklaces. Like other tribes, there are many songs such as Ginarang or Migbot, Basemba, Gatagan, and Serdel or Sumigaling, which the Subanen created for different occasions. They accompany it by playing instruments such as kulintang or gongs, kotapi, sigitan, lantoy, kulaying, and tambubok in songs and dances for weddings and other important occasions. They also have dances for wars and rituals, which they perform with Taw during gatherings. The Subanins are known to cultivate the adlay for a long time now and have been consuming it as one of their staple foods. Their main occupation is farming, and what they usually grow is paddy and rice. They also grow corn and coconuts. Their traditional occupation was logging, but others was who live along the coast, learn to fish and trade. Although it can be concluded that the Subanen had limited opportunities to study, many were able to use the facilities that could be used to study and reach their positions as teachers, government employees, legislators, and doctors. The Toboy Subanon live on the island of Mindanao, the second largest island of the Philippines. They generally live in scattered farm settlements in the forested mountains interior of the Zamboanga Peninsula. The Tuboy Subanon are a small branch of the Subanon ethnic group and speak various Subanon dialects. All of the Tuboy Subanon is farmers who practice slash and burn agriculture. This is a type of farming in which a section of forest is cut down, the debris is burned, and the various crops are planted on the clearing. Every year, a new field is cleared. After 1 or 2 years of use, the field must lie follow-up to 15 years. The Subanon is also raise various types of livestock, including pigs, chickens, cattle, and water buffaloes. Subanon houses usually have some distance between them. Their homes are typically rectangular, raised on stilts, and have thatched roof. They are generally situated on hillsides or ridges that overlook the family fields. Every 3 or 4 years, the Subanon moved to a new location to clear more forest for fields. The political structure of the Subanen is patriarchal, with the family being the simplest unit of the government. There is no political hierarchy among the Subanen, unlike the other Lumad and Moro communities that have a sultanate or dato system. They call the highest position in their community a gom. This designation is not awarded to just anyone, but it is not voted for either. The Subanins' belief in nature is powerful and divine. It called by land or religious and spiritual leaders also hold a high position among them. Judges can perform rituals if they know how or if they have the capacity, but not all judges are by land, and not all by land have the capacity to judge. Bylands perform rituals or ceremonies to heal. And that would be all, and thank you.
Good day everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the beliefs of Saban. In sharp contrast to the surrounding peoples who have adopted Christianity or Islam, the Tuboy Saban cling to their ancient artistic religion. They believe that man shares the universe with a variety of gods, spirits, demons, and ghosts. These supernatural forces are said to have the ability to harm humans. However, humans supposedly have the power to harm them as well. At various times of the year, the Sabanan give offerings of rice, meat, and wine to the gods and ancestor spirits, which doctors or shamans play a large role in the Sabanan religion. The people depend on the shamans to hear and understand the wishes of gods and ancestral spirits. History of Sabanan. The history of the Sabanan is obscure until the 1600s when they are mentioned in the writings of Spanish Jesuit missionaries. Prior to the 20th century, their only contact with the outside world was the Muslim merchants who lived along the coast of the peninsula. The Muslims exploit them economically, setting the pattern for Sabanan relations for this day. Since World War II, Christian and Muslim ethnic groups of the Philippines have often clashed. The Sabanon or polytheists believe in many gods, have been caught in a crossfire, victimized by one side then the another. Pangasi. Pangasi is the fermented wine present in the tribe's ritual ceremonies and special occasions, including weddings, birthday, and even death anniversaries. It has become one of their identities and plays a major role in their culture. As of now, Pangasi wines are reaching selected areas in Luzon, the Visayas, and Mindanao. Coming in small, medium, and large jars, Pangasi wine is priced at 1,000 to 1,500 and 2,000 respectively. These wines, along with other Adlake champion products from the another regions, were showcased during the Grand Adlake Field they held in Dines, Zamboanga del Sur. Pangasi Adlay wine is made of tapay powder, a concoction of different organically grown herbal plants, roots, leaves, ginger, hot chili, risol, and cooked adlay. Fermentation occurs in ceramic jars that range from this months up to 1 year. The longer the fermentation, the stronger the taste of wine becomes.